guys, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm gonna be giving you guys my Hinge dating story, okay? Your girl been on dating apps. I'm not proud, but I'm not outside like that, and I'm trying to find a man on the phone, in my house, in the comfort of my own robe. It's just easier for me to be able to sit and snuggle up in my robe and swipe and find a man. Clearly it's not working out, but I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of my dating story. So this is kind of gonna be like a little bit of a story time. I'm gonna do my makeup. I'm also gonna be trying some new makeup products. Kaleido's Makeup was really kind to send me some PR products, and I just really wanted to try them out on camera just to see what they're like, give my little 2 cents, see if we like it, see if we don't. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this look. Is it cute? I'm not gonna ramble on for too long because I wanna get into this story. Feel free to comment as you watch. Let me know what you think about this. And if you have any good dating advice, leave it in the comment section. And if you have any good dating stories, I wanna hear that too, okay? Cause y'all are about to hear what's going on in my life, y'all. First of all, the humidity has been really trying me in my hair. I got a little trim, y'all. I'm trying to get my hair healthy again, y'all, so. Every couple of months I'm gonna be cutting my hair instead of trying to grow out these wispy ends. I'm just gonna be cutting it, and it's probably gonna stay at this length for a good minute, but y'all, I miss my hair when it was long. I need my inches back. It's not enough, it's not enough. We're gonna go ahead and get this started. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer, and I'm gonna use this as like an eyeshadow base because I'm trying a new eyeshadow palette today. I'm really excited, y'all. I don't think I've tried a new eyeshadow palette in a while. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about my experience with online dating. Y'all listen, don't judge me, okay? If you guys are like anti-online dating, then I don't know what to tell you, but your girl likes to be in the house. So that's where it's starting for me. My last 2 chit chat videos, I was telling you guys how I was ready to start dating. And yeah, so we're here, okay? The dating has begun. We'll start by saying that I began my dating journey on Bumble. Bumble is definitely not the place for me. I've realized that I just don't like the idea of it, you know? I think for a lot of women, they like Bumble because they have the option to reach out first. But for me, I feel like some of these men, I'm not gonna say all of them, but a lot of these men lately, they're a little different. I don't know, it's giving role reversal. And I feel like a lot of men these days kind of want women to pursue them, and they got the game all messed up, and I can't be a part of that, okay? I want somebody to be able to reach out to me first just so I can see what their level of interest is before we proceed with anything. And I feel like on Bumble, since women have to reach out first, I just feel like it kind of like sets up the relationship for the women to be like doing the chasing. If it's gonna be up to me chasing a man, it's just not gonna happen. Single for life. So this is the Lunar Lavender palette, super cute. What I like the most about this is the packaging. Like, fold, what? That's so cute, and it's a magnetic close, so it stays closed even when it's like flipped upside down. I'm digging the creativity. I'm really liking it. 6 shades, 3 matte, 3 shimmers. Let's see what it's all about. First, I'm gonna use this matte shade here, and then I'm probably gonna go into this darker one in the outer corner. Okay, so anyway, let's get on with the story. Ooh. So far, good pigment. So I moseyed my way on over to Hinge, and I just kind of wanted to see what it was about. Now, I've been on Hinge for, I don't know, a couple of months now, and literally nothing has come of it at all. Nothing. When I first got on there, I was like, the quality of men is just, it's very questionable, y'all. It's very, very questionable behavior over there. And it also makes me wonder, like, well, if I'm thinking that, I'm sure the men think that too, or is it just the men that are just a hot mess? So let me just tell y'all, I have a little strategy when it comes to Hinge. I post like, my first picture is like a headshot, just like standard, me smiling. You know, the basic, right? And then my second picture is like a full body picture. Then I have, I don't know, I think I have like 5 pictures posted. But I've got this one picture on there that I make sure I put on because I want to see who's gonna like that picture. And that's like, it's kind of like a thirst trap picture. Now, I'm not naked on there or anything. I'm not in a bikini or anything crazy like that. But let me show y'all. Let me show y'all exactly what I'm talking about, because I just feel like personally, if you're liking this picture, you know, it's an immediate cancellation. You can go ahead and cancel that check because it's not gonna happen. Y'all see me, I'm looking cute. Y'all see this picture? Okay, now let me explain. I know it's not bad. It's actually a really cute picture if I say so myself. But Y'all see how the booty is sitting like this, okay? Y'all see that shelf right there, that booty? The thing about me is, I'm not that curvy girl. I'm just not that big booty Judy. It's never been me. It's never gonna be me unless I get surgery. And call it a catfish if you want, but you know, I was just working my angles, okay? I was doing what I was supposed to do. But I feel like for men that like that picture, you ain't gonna like me. You're not gonna like what I have to offer, okay? Because that picture, it's an optical illusion, okay? And I know what it is, okay? I'm real with myself. But there have been plenty of men that like that particular picture, and then there's plenty of men that like my more like, you know, like my picture in my athletic wear and I'm just like posing. You can see that I'm like real slim, slender, my headshot, those kind of pictures. I'm like, okay, men like that, you care about the face card. We're good. So yeah, when they start liking that other picture, I'm just like, immediately no, you're done. Anyway, fast forward. It's been a few months since I've been on this app. So I was just passing the time, you know, minding my business and searching around. And this one guy in particular, he ended up liking one of my wholesome pictures, and we started a conversation because I was like, okay, that's the right picture. You picked the right one. We started a really good conversation, and when we first started talking, like, conversation just was not like, it wasn't dry. It was a really easy conversation with him. I want to say he started off the conversation like, he might have called me like a prima donna or something like that, and I was like, you don't know me? So it just started like a fun conversation. It wasn't too like back and forthy with like playful banter, but it was just enough, you know, to where I didn't feel like he was being judgy. And that's another thing, like on these apps, I kind of feel like I have a hard time starting conversation, and I definitely try to see, you know, how men start a conversation with me and what direction they're gonna go. I really don't like when men start like sexual conversation with me too early. Like, it's an immediate turn off for me because, first of all, no, it's not that kind of party. Stop it. So yeah, his conversation was really good. He was funny, he was witty, and I was like, okay. Intelligence, he was using words. He might have used a word that I didn't even have in my vocabulary yet. And that's the way to my heart. Intellectual. A smart man, because I have dealt with quite a few dodo birds. And that's all I'm gonna say. If you can't spell, you can't type, you can't put a sentence together the right way, it's not gonna work. But he was actually very articulate. He had great conversation. Punctuation was good, spelling was good, everything was looking good in these messages, okay? So we ended up exchanging numbers and we texted for just a little bit. We didn't text for too long before he asked to actually have a phone call with me. So I was very cool with that. I was like, all right, yeah, don't text me too much now. Okay, don't text me too much because I'm gonna get bored. I'm gonna use this purple shade here on my lid. I'm gonna use my finger for this. Ooh, it feels soft. Oh, it's giving like duochrome or something. Oh wow, I really like the pigment on this. But I feel like this would go on really nice also with like a wet brush. I love this color purple. I don't feel like the camera's picking up how pretty this purple is, but beautiful. It's like a purpley pink shift. We ended up having a really good first conversation on the phone. Like, the conversation just flowed. Energy was good. The vibe was really nice. So I was getting really good feelings about this. I was feeling like really hopeful. He seemed like he was right up my alley. The kind of man that I'm looking for at this point, y'all, let me tell y'all what I'm looking for, okay? I kind of want somebody that's corny, okay? I want somebody corny, low-key, about his business, goes to work, likes to do a little bit of fun stuff here and there, but doesn't need to be out in the street, at the club, at the hookah lounge all day. Like, I just need somebody corny and out the way. I want him to be about his business, okay? That's what I'm looking for. Somebody that is a safe space, secure, financially stable, has his life planned out, has direction. I'm not looking for the cool guy, okay? Save it. I'm not interested. So not to say that he was like not cool or anything, because he was definitely like really cool in his own way, has his own like swag. Did I just say swag? Cut. You know, he has his like own style. So anyway, that conversation kind of led to us like discovering a routine. So we would text each other throughout the days, like morning, afternoon, night. Even if we were at work, we would still be in contact with one another. So that was pretty cool. We did run into a little bit of a hiccup though. Yeah, so this was our first hiccup that we had. It was a little bit of a bumpy moment. Things got a little bit weird. When I was on my trip to Florida, we started the trip like with communication and texting, a call here and there, right? And I know how some people are when you're on vacation, they don't want to bother you, but our conversation has started getting a little dry, okay? And I don't know about y'all, but for me, personally, I pick up on vibes even if it's through text message. Like, I be reading tone in text. You could text me one thing and I'll be looking at it like, why are you yelling? I don't know why I'm like that. Let me know in the comments if y'all do the same thing. But, you know, the conversation was just getting a little dry. I was kind of starting to pick up a vibe. I was like, maybe he's not interested anymore. So I'm not gonna overextend myself to a man that's not really showing me the same pattern that he was showing in the beginning. He wasn't texting like that. I wasn't texting like that. And one day he ended up texting me early in the morning and he was like, hey, I don't know about you, but has the energy been a little off lately? But in that moment, y'all, I was thinking like, he's a communicator. Good communication skills. I like that. I really appreciate when people are able to communicate with me how they feel without me leading the way first. You know, like I really value that at this point because I've been in a lot of relationships where I feel like I was the first person to initiate awkward conversations. And yeah, so anyway, he took it upon himself to bring it up to me. And both of us ended up kind of feeling like, you know, the other person wasn't interested. Things were getting dry. So we ended up having a great conversation about it. And we worked through that one really, really fast. It was nice to be able to work through something having like a very easy conversation. I felt like that was like a really good sign that things could work out between us. By the time I got back from my trip, we were scheduling our first date. And the day of my first date with him, y'all, I wanted to cancel, okay? I just wanted to stay at home and lounge in bed and not have to meet anybody new and not have to like think about a first impression. Like I don't know, something about it just seemed like it was about to be hard work. Sometimes for me, it's just easier to stay in the house. It's just easier for me to stay in the house and watch Netflix and YouTube. And I really wanted to cancel that day, but y'all, I was so glad that I didn't because we ended up having a really good time. We went to Main Event, did like arcades, pool. We were able to do activities where we weren't just sitting at a restaurant and looking at each other like, so what's your favorite color? Like it was a really good interactive date. And we had good conversation, y'all. The date didn't end till like 4 o'clock in the morning. And no, I was not busting it open, for those of you wondering. That's not what was happening. As cliche as it sounds, like the vibe was just there. Like the energy, the positive energy was just there. Like it was almost one of those first dates that you just didn't want to end. Let me finish this liner real fast. All right, I finished my eyeliner. I'm gonna leave the eye look like this for now, I think. I don't want this look to clash too much with my shirt and it's already getting a little busy. Like I was saying, like that first date it was one of those dates that you just didn't want to end. Like it was just a very good feeling for me and for him too. So anyway, we continued our little, you know, our little relationship. And we had like our little schedule, our little pattern. He would send me pictures throughout the day. I would talk to him throughout the day, you know, the whole nine. Anyway, we went on our second date. Getting there to the second date was a little weird. You know how sometimes like things can just be really easy, and then on the other hand, like sometimes things can be just really hard. Like just getting to that place can just be really hard. So on the second date, he planned for us to go to the movies. He purchased tickets for us to go to this new movie theater that we had seen while we were driving around on our first date. And things just were really difficult. Like things were just, it was just really hard to make that date happen. Like it was almost like one of those things where like everything that could go wrong was going wrong. So on my end, I hit crazy traffic getting into the actual place where the theater was. And it was a ton of people out there. There was no parking. And I was literally driving around for 45 minutes trying to find a parking space. Meanwhile, he had showed up, he claims that he had showed up to the theater early. So he's telling me like, no, I'm looking outside, there's parking spaces right here. Like I parked over here, just try that area. So I'm like literally driving around looking like a maniac, okay? Getting angry in the car because I can't find parking for 45 minutes. So at this point, I'm running extremely late. Eventually what we figured out was that he wasn't even at the right theater, okay? The man was at a completely different movie theater, so he ended up being late as well. So he had to drive all the way to where I was. At that point, both of us were kind of frustrated with the way that the date was starting. It was kind of like the vibe just didn't start off right, you know? But even with all of that, like, that was going on, we ended up having a really, really good date. Again, I was out late. We were vibing, having a good time. There was a lot of chemistry between us, like a lot. Mentally, I felt like we were on the same page. Physically, it was like really good chemistry. So yeah, y'all know when that happens, when you meet that guy and you're just feeling like really hopeful and you're like, wow, like I could see myself being with a person like this. Like this is this feels good, it feels right. So that's what it was starting to feel like for me. Like I was definitely kind of feeling like, okay, I need to go ahead and let y'all know this. There were a couple of things right away for me that were kind of like, I'm not necessarily gonna call them red flags, but there were things that were like eyebrow raisers for me. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all what those things are so y'all can just kind of like piece this stuff together as we go on with the story. The first thing for me was the fact that he was not sure that he was gonna be staying in Georgia. Within the last year, he moved to Georgia and he was trying to get a business off the ground. Already had a business in his hometown, but he was trying to start one up here, and depending on how that business went, he was gonna make this his home. But it's very up in the air. So that for me was kind of like uncertainty. Check. Not sure about that. The other thing for me was the fact that he lived pretty far away from me. And for me, like, I just, you know, y'all, I'm a single mother. Driving around does not excite me, okay? Like driving here, there, and everywhere. 45 minutes distance for me is just, like, I can make it work if I really like you, but I just feel like that's a far cry for me. But that was the other thing that I was kind of just like, it's a lot of distance between us. It was a lot of driving, and y'all know I gotta get a babysitter, I gotta take her there, then go to where we're meeting up, then drive back and pick up my daughter, then go back home. It was a lot. So anyway, we get to our third date. This is where things, unfortunately, started getting a little bumpy. Y'all remember how I was saying sometimes things can happen really naturally and flow easily? Well, this third date was kind of like anything but that. The plan for this third date was for me to meet him out in Atlanta. And you know, we were supposed to meet up around like 9:30, but like I said, the driving, the distance, I was doing a lot of driving to get to this date. By the time I had gotten on the highway, when I tell y'all traffic was at a standstill, traffic is not moving anywhere. People are getting out of their cars. Like, so for me at that point, like things were already like kind of frustrating. Bottom line, I didn't get to this date until 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. That's how long it took me to get there. I wasn't the happiest person. Now, mind you, he did tell me once I was in the traffic and I texted him like, look, I'm not moving anywhere. He kind of threw it out there like, if you need to cancel, that's cool. But for me, like if I would have canceled that date, that only would have like irritated me a little bit more, because now I've done all this driving to see you and now you're telling me to cancel. It was kind of like one of those things where my attitude was probably gonna be salty either way it went. And I'm willing to admit that. Like my attitude plummeted, okay? And I told him that. I let him know. I was like, look, my attitude is like tanking right now. I'm trying. But I did not want to cancel the date because I really wanted to see him. By the time I arrived, he had my dinner ready for me. He had my glass of wine poured for me. He had candles lit, like the whole thing. It was very, very thoughtful. So that kind of put me at ease when I first got there. I was kind of feeling like a lot better. Once I like got in his presence, I was feeling pretty good. So for me at this point, you know, I kind of just wanted to have more conversation with him. Sometimes I feel like, you know, if you start a lot of like physical stuff at first without having enough conversation to really get to know a person, all of the physical can start to like blind you, and you don't really get to see the true person for who they are because you're so caught up in like lust. You know what I mean? So during that date, we were having our typical conversation, trying to feel each other out, see where we were, how we felt, you know, what each of us was thinking. Now, I just want to tell y'all, we had talked about my daughter. Of course, you know, I told him I was a single mom. Like, this is a conversation that we had before we even exchanged numbers, y'all. He did let me know when we first started talking that he's never dated anybody that has a child. So this was new territory for him. Before I had a child, honestly, like I had never really committed to anybody that had a child either. So I completely understood where he was coming from. But during this conversation that we were having, we were trying to feel each other out. And like the conversation pretty much went like, so how do you feel? Guys, all that humming in the background right now, that's my daughter, and it's just not gonna stop. So I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all gonna have to deal with this background noise because I've been struggling trying to film this video, okay? She's been talking over me, and frankly, she's being a little disrespectful right now, okay? I'm not okay. Back to what I was saying. We talked about my daughter very early on. You know, like that's something that I want to let people know when I start dating. Like, hey, I have a child. If this is not something that you can deal with, like just let me know ahead of time. We don't have to waste our time. Like we can keep it pushing if it's not okay. And for some people, it's just not. So during this conversation, like I told him, I was like, you know, I'm feeling pretty good about us right now. Like, I feel like we're heading in the right direction. He said the same thing. Before I go ahead and finish, I'm gonna go ahead and add this lip mask because my lips feeling a little crusty, y'all. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. I should have done this earlier. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. That feels good. It's got like a little tingle to it. I didn't think it had much of a fragrance. I can't really smell too much, but it's definitely got that like, that cooling, tingly feeling. Nice. As we're continuing this conversation and he tells me how he's feeling, he starts to say that he's nervous. And that's in regards to me having a daughter, okay? And I was like, okay, I'm sitting there, I'm listening to him give his feedback about how he feels, and I understand that. Like, he says that he's nervous. I understand, I get it. But then as the conversation progresses, somehow he goes, my gut is telling me no, but I keep moving forward with you anyway. What? And I don't know what it was about that statement, y'all. It hit me the wrong way. It didn't hit my ear right. My gut is telling me no, but I keep moving forward anyway. What does that sound like to y'all? Like, when y'all hear a statement like that, does that sound like somebody that is, I don't know, for me it wasn't giving me the right vibe. And I can't remember that conversation verbatim, but immediately after he said that, I sat up and I was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work for me. And I just remember like everything kind of like hitting me like at once, and it just immediately made me say like, instant no, you're done. You're done. It was given the vibe that you could switch up on me at any point. And I'm not about to sit here and start liking somebody that is feeling like I'm a bad gut choice. If your gut is telling you no about me, what are we doing here? Why are we still moving forward with me? I don't have time to waste. I don't know, guys. Everything just went left for me after that conversation. It was giving me the vibe that you're unsure about a lot of things. Like, and I felt like it was a full circle moment for me, because like I told y'all, he already didn't know if he was staying in Georgia. That's number one. Like, you don't even know where you're gonna live. And like, you know, I was trying to look past that to see like, maybe, you know, maybe he'll end up staying, and like, or maybe this will have to be a situation where I go visit, he comes to visit, whatever. I was willing to look past that, but when he told me that he just, you know, his gut was telling him no, cancel the check. It just kind of felt like everything was crashing down. That's how it really felt. It was a really sad moment because I felt like my hopes had gotten up for nothing. That's kind of how I felt. But I also felt like on the inside, like it wouldn't sit right with me if I sat in that moment and acted like everything was fine, because it really wasn't fine for me. Something about that statement was like, you gotta get up and you gotta go. You gotta go. The date ended up ending really, really abruptly. And it wasn't on bad terms. He actually tried to clarify his statement. He was like, all I said was that I was nervous. And I told him, I was like, I get that, like that's fine. But when you're sitting here telling me that your gut is telling you no, but you keep moving forward, that is like a really big, like, Brianna, stop. Like, it was just like red lights flashing telling me you need to stop, because this man is just not sure about you. And at any point, y'all can end up liking each other a whole lot, and the next thing you know, he done switched up on you. And I can't, my heart can't take it. So we continued our conversation as I'm walking to my car, and y'all, I'm telling y'all, like, all of this happened within like seconds. We gave each other a hug goodbye, we gave each other a kiss goodbye. It was kind of like, it was really sad for us on both parts. And as I drove home that night, like, I just felt so bad. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I shed a little thug tear. We didn't speak after that. He told me when I left, like, to give him a call if I needed to sleep on it, and, you know, to really like think about things before I made a final decision. But after that day, I didn't reach out. Didn't say nothing, y'all. Didn't reach out. He didn't reach out either. So, I mean, I felt like, you know, if he really, really wanted to like make it right, he would have done that, and he didn't. So a week went by, and I was just feeling very like unsettled. Like, I was feeling like things happened so fast that it deserved at least a conversation where there was understanding on both sides. So we actually had a good conversation, y'all. I told y'all, this man was excellent with communication, like talking things through and not getting upset and like riled up. I felt like that was a really good strong suit of his. After that conversation, it didn't go poorly at all. It went really, really well, but we kind of just decided that like, we're not gonna stand in each other's way to get to the next person. Like, if it's not the right fit, if it's not the perfect fit for me, I don't even want it at this point. And I think that was a really big learning lesson for me. He came off as a really, really good person for me, but at the end, I have to realize that I can have great experiences without it having to be my forever. And I don't know if any of y'all have felt a little bit down after dating somebody that turned out to not be the right person, but if you just change your perspective about it, which is what I had to do, this was just meant to be a great experience to show me, you know, a different kind of person and what a different kind of relationship could look like. This doesn't have to be my forever, because at the end of the day, there's some things about both of us that's not perfect for us, you know? And what I took away from this is that I met a really good person, and it just wasn't the right fit, sadly, because I really liked him. But I'm okay with that at this point. I'm really excited for new experiences, y'all. And I don't want to sell myself short anymore, because listen, I have sold myself short before, and I ended up in a hot mess of a situation, y'all. Like when I tell y'all a hot mess. And I'm just not willing to do that with my life anymore, okay? Time is ticking. I don't have time to waste, okay? Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into these blushes. So I have 3 of these blushes that I wanna, well, I'm not gonna try all 3, but I have 3 of them that I'm gonna choose from. This one, I'm not sure what the name of this one is because they don't have the names of the blushes on the packaging. The packaging is cute. The whole thing is kind of like a lace texture, but there's no name on it. This is like a peachy color, really nice. This is another peachy looking shade. Really like that one. And then there's this tannish color one. Now, y'all, I'm not gonna be able to do nothing with this. The most I can do with this kind of color is blend it out on my eyes. So we're gonna set this aside because it's not gonna be for me. My camera ended up dying, so I ended up just putting my lashes on, and I got lash glue all up in here. I hope y'all can't see that, but if you, whatever. So I used the, what are these called? I think they're Kiss lashes, like the extension looking ones, but they're the C Curl number 2. You guys usually ask me what lashes I'm wearing, and 9 times out of 10 it's Kiss lashes, like some form of Kiss lashes. I think they're so pretty. But I'm gonna end up going with this peachy shade because I feel like it's gonna tie in with my shirt a little bit better. So let's go ahead and see. I'm so interested to see how this blush applies because it does seem a little bit light, but I hope that the color payoff is good on my skin. And I like the fact that when I'm putting my brush in, the little design is not like disappearing right away. Oh yeah, it's pigmented. It's definitely pigmented. Okay. That's cute. Blends out nicely. I'm doing that thing where you kind of like blend it up into your under eye. I like that look lately. The color is pretty light, so it's not like popping tin on my skin, but I think that it's really pretty. But I think if your skin is a little bit darker, then I don't know how much color payoff you're actually gonna get. It's pigmented, but I think if they had some deeper shades, it would do a little bit better on deeper skin. It's giving me that baby doll look, and I'm definitely living for it. Living for it. Ooh, it looks so fresh. I'm not mad at that. They need some darker shades. We need a little bit more variety. I would like something a little bit deeper so I could, like, you know. I'm gonna try one of their highlighters. Let's swatch this one and see. Very buttery. Oh, that's good. So I'm just gonna dot a little bit, just a skosh. If they had like a little mini mirror in there, that would have been perfect. But I'm gonna use the mirror from the blush palette so I can apply this. Ooh. I just want a little tiny bit, not too much. Typically I'd use a highlighter brush, but I don't have one with me at the moment, so this is working just fine with my fingers, which is good. Now we're gonna add some lips. There's a full collection here, and there are so many vibrant colors in here. I really want to do like a red, but I'm afraid that it's gonna clash. But they have really, really good shades. This formula reminds me a lot of the Makeup by Mario. What are these called? The Ultra Suede Cozy Lip Cream. That's what these feel like. These are actually called a lip clay. So they go on kind of like a suede feeling, matte, but you can still move your lips around. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this lip mask off. I've played with these twice now. The first time I used it, my lips, I will admit, they were quite parched, a little on the dry side. And I felt like you could kind of tell. Now I was able to layer the product and it looked even at the end, but at first when I was applying it, and I was also doing like this thing, so my skin was just getting all rough and tumbled and it was just looking crazy. But when I figured it out, beautiful, stunning. I think I'm gonna go in with this color. Is that too much if I did a shade like this with the shirt and the eyes? Is it giving too much? I'm actually gonna try both of them on because I just wanna see. I'm not gonna use a lip liner. I'm just gonna go ahead and just apply it and see how it goes. The wand is very flexible. It feels so good going on. And I'm not gonna press my lips together just yet. I'm gonna apply it to both lips first. Y'all know it's a lot of real estate up here. I gotta touch a lot of bases, so give me a minute. This formula goes on so nice. It goes on really smooth. It's opaque. I feel like this formula is really good for like blotting out your lips and not necessarily creating a sharp lip line, because I did struggle to kind of like get really precise. And that's the kind of look that I typically like. I like a more like precise lip line. But with this wand, I was feeling like I was having a harder time to get it like really precise. So it looks good if you kind of like press your lips like that. It's giving fresh face. I'm not mad at this at all. That was called Pink Moon. I don't even really want to take this off and put the other one on, y'all. I had a hard time getting all of it off, so I'm just gonna do a darker shade just so y'all can see what a deeper shade looks like. This one is called Rubino. That one applies evenly too. This shade looks really good too. And like I said, like the applicator, or maybe the formula and the applicator combined, made it a little bit hard for me to like get that look that I personally like. But if you like a more like diffuse, like natural kind of look on the lips, that seems like what this is geared for, but I prefer it to look like this. And it went on really nice. The texture is a little bit thicker, but it goes on, it feels really cozy and creamy on the lips. I like it. That is the end of this video. I was giving y'all the dating tea for me. Unfortunately, this situation didn't really like work out all the way, but it was a really good experience. I haven't met any crazies on Hinge yet. So if y'all have any crazy like dating stories on any dating apps, and don't act like y'all ain't on dating apps, okay? Don't leave me out here by myself, okay? I know y'all do it too, or have. If y'all have had any good experiences on dating apps, let me know, because I'm trying to keep hope alive. I hope y'all enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think about this makeup that I tried out today, because I'm thinking it's actually pretty cute. I've seen this company on Instagram a few times, but I've never actually bought from them. So it was pretty cool that they sent PR to me. Like, that's cute. I'm on the PR list now, y'all, and that's because my channel's growing. So if you're watching this channel right now and you got to the end of my video and you didn't subscribe, don't do that, please. Like, just subscribe to the channel, go ahead and share my videos, you know, like spread the good gospel about me, okay? Talk to me in the comments. And if y'all have any advice for me in this situation and you feel like, you know, maybe I was a little bit too dramatic by taking it too far, let me know too. Was I being dramatic, or was I right to cut this thing off? Y'all let me know, okay? I will see you guys in the next one.